So I just made it back out to the farm. Trying to get out here more. Winter is kind of losing its grasp. Wanted to show you guys some of the stuff I brought. I got a new tire on the rear wheel for the VW, so I'm going to put that on. I got this creeper from Goodwill, 10 bucks at Goodwill. It's got rubber wheels on it, or plastic wheels, which I think might roll a little bit better. I didn't want to get one of the new plastic ones. So here's the creeper I had. This was my dad's, I think. I don't honestly know where I got it, but I think it was my dad's. I stored a bunch of tools for him at some point and they didn't end up making it back to him, but these have more of the old style wheels, which are super cool, but they don't do very good on this rough concrete. So I'm going to try. I need to not go to Goodwill. I need to not go to any store. I need to isolate myself from anything where there's anything to buy. Anyways, I bought this for 10 bucks. It's got a nice little pillow on it, so if I need to take a nap, I can. I got this carburetor. Well, let me tell you the story. I've been looking for ramps because I wanted to change the oil in my VW Golf, and I hadn't done it yet. And I thought I was going to have to go under there and take the plastic kind of cover off before I change the oil. Turns out I don't need to do that, but I was looking for ramps for like a month. And people want a lot of money for these ramps. They want like 60 bucks. Best I could find was like 40 bucks, and they would sell within minutes on Marketplace. So I just kind of decided, well, I'm not going to use ramps, and I got the oil changed, which ended up being the easiest job I've ever done. VW did a really good job with the drain plug, the filters up on top. It was the easiest oil change I've ever done in my life, except the fact that I put the wrong oil in, had to drain it out and refill it with the right oil. But besides that, it was very easy. So I didn't need ramps, but we were down in Canyon City, and I saw these ramps come up for 20 bucks. So I went to grab them. I'm like, I might as well get some. I don't use ramps really anymore. I don't know why I would use them, but I thought, well, I just feel like I should have a pair. So I went and grabbed them for 20 bucks. And when I went there to get them, he had this carburetor, and he said he wasn't using it. He didn't really need it. He didn't really have anything for it, so he wasn't sure what it was for. I said, well, it's very similar to the carburetor I have on Old Yeller. So I don't know if there's a story with this, but I was pretty excited to get this carburetor. I think I actually have a rebuild kit for it. It's a Carter Ball B&B, which I'm still trying to figure out if that should be on the GMC or not, but I think not. But now I've got a second one, so I thought that was pretty cool. Can't have too many carburetors, in my opinion. I got the sink down here. Molly and I bought this in Colorado Springs. It's extremely heavy. I'm not sure how I got it in here by myself, but I did. Oh, it's a Kohler. Interesting. So I got that out here. That's going to go in the little house eventually, but we wanted to get it out here. I got these, what used to be, I think, a beam in a house that someone maybe, I don't know where they came from, but I went to the landfill because I was taking some brush to dump, and the guy that was parked next to me was throwing these things in the landfill. He actually threw them in the landfill, and when I got my truck empty, I'm like, I'm taking those because these don't belong in a landfill. They're just glued together 2x8s, I guess, but I think I can use them to put under a car, or I'll find something that I need these for. I almost can guarantee it. If not, then they'll sit here instead of the landfill, but I just couldn't let them go. Story with these batteries is that I hauled them all home. This one was in my newest Corvair. This one was here when we bought the farm. This one came out on my Porsche. But these two I took home. I took a bunch of other ones home, and I'm trying to get them working again. So I was going to take them to recycle and see what they'd give me at the recycle center. And then I started watching videos on, ooh, that caps. I'm going to have to get new caps. On making these batteries work again. Chances are very small, but who knows? Anyways, that's what I have out here. I'm going to put this wheel back on the VW, and then I'm going to work on getting the carburetors for the Corvair rebuilt. So, yay, back at the farm. So I brought some rebuild kits out that I got in the mail. This one is for the 81 Chevy Rochester Quadrajet. And then I got two, since there's two carbs on the Corvair, these are for the single barrel Rochesters. They come with instructions. Time to rebuild a carburetor. I'm going to do it one at a time. I think that's the smart thing to do. That's what I really needed, was accelerator pump. These little teeny clips and stuff in here. Huh. Pretty cool. It comes with a lot of these little clips that I was kind of worried about losing. I almost bought an ultrasonic cleaner at Harbor Freight. They had them on sale for like 140 bucks, but they were 6 liters. And I just felt like it was a little bit too small. So I'm going to keep doing it the old-fashioned way until I get enough money to buy a 9-liter one. I wish Harbor Freight had a 9-liter one. That one they have seems to be like a pretty nice one. So this is just not, I think that was my main problem, is that's just not moving. I'm gonna go get some stuff to spray in there. So after spraying that all with WD-40, I read that you're not supposed to use WD-40 because it reacts with ethanol. But I think we'll be okay. I'm trying to get this bottom plate to move. It's not real. It's really not wanting to move. It could be the, I guess, just the shaft, but it's not budging. Just let it sit overnight, maybe. So I said half concentrated simple green, half water. It's gonna kind of spray it down, let it soak tonight. I think I'm just gonna let it sit overnight. And with that, I guess I'll head off to Betty Bye, get warm, and I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. And when I say bright and early, I'm meaning like 10:30, 11. So after soaking all night, it still has a lot of junk in it that I will need to clean out. Just junk. It's still this is not moving for me. So I got to figure that out here this morning. Probably what I'll have to do is take these 2 screws out and then try to knock this, kind of hit on that a little bit and try to break it free. I can't believe they actually turn out. God, motherfucker. Just using an old meat package for got a magnetic tray at home somewhere, but that was the damage done by that screwdriver. Not too bad. I actually see it moving a little bit. I wonder if I just keep kind of working it back and forth like this a little bit. Trying to be patient with this, because as soon as I put a little force on it, I know it's going to slip, and if I ruin this shaft where this little piece goes, probably not going to be able to find a new one too easily. Tried to find a little wrench that would fit on this, but I don't have one. I'm sure you could do better than a crescent wrench, but did I I break it? Oh, look what I did to it. I broke it off. Dang it. I think it'll still work for me. I mean, it's really got to be freed up. So I think it's going to have to come out. So I might have to go put it in the press and try to press that out. So I went ahead and put this back on and put the screw back in. The screw didn't really want to go straight because of the way that I kind of broke that edge off. For some reason the screw just didn't want to go back in right. So I got to go back in, and I'm going to go put this, and I'm pretty nervous about doing it, but I'm going to go put it on the press and see if I can, I don't know if I want to push it all the way through, but I want to see if I can at least move it through the butterfly a little bit. I'm not going to put a lot of force on it. It's just so hard. It's just not, I'm not freeing it up for some reason. It's just really turning hard. It's obviously not going to work. It's got to snap back with the spring. So, I've never had one that's this tight. Got out just to here. I'll try to push it back this way now. So I just have to kind of admit to doing something extremely stupid. I think I was just so focused on the fact that the throttle shaft was just so stuck, I couldn't even move it. And I just don't know how I could even think this, but I started to think that this was one piece and that the shaft slid out. I knew it wasn't. I don't know what was wrong with my brain. And I just got so fixated on trying to press this thing out. You can see the damage that I did. I'm lucky that I didn't just break the housing of the carburetor. I don't know how it withstood that kind of force. I never put a lot of force on it, I guess. And then this thing was so bent, I didn't know how I was going to get it out of this. And I slowly just kind of pried it out using these guys. I couldn't believe it came out because it was so bent. And then, of course, this was bent, so it didn't want to come out of its through holes. I just mangled the crap out of this poor thing. The point to all this is I went and I did some other things for a while, and I worked on the little house floor, and I'd worked on putting the vent tube back on the septic tank. Then I came back in here and I saw what I was trying to do, and I just was like, well, that's not going to work. Like, it was just totally obvious, which it should have been. So I think all I would have needed to do is take these two screws out, pull this plate out, and this more than likely would have slid out for me. So just a total hack move, just unbelievable. It's just a miracle that this stuff is all not. I mean, I've had this in the vise, I've had it in the press, I've been prying on it with screwdrivers, and just total hack job, and it seems like it's somehow miraculously survived. I'd say I'm making progress, but I'm still, I think, in the negative progress realm. So anyways, I'm gonna keep working on this thing. So after completely messing up the first carburetor, I am going to attempt carburetor number 2. Someone's got that all boogered up already. It's too bad this got all boogered up, man. Come on, baby, come on. Oh, thank God. Okay, part 1. What a mess. So I'm having the same problem with this guy. So my plan was to rebuild carburetor A, then use carburetor B for a reference, but I destroyed the throttle plate. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on carburetor B, and hopefully I can rebuild this one without destroying it, and I'll put that one back on the passenger side where it came from, and then use this new, it's for a Willys, but it looks like it will kind of work. It's got the same, I think it'll bolt right up. So that should hopefully at least get me running. And tonight, when I go back into the camper, I'm going to order a new throttle shaft plate and throttle shaft from various places that I found. I think I'm going to probably get the shaft from Clark's, and then this I found from a shop out in California. They had a couple of them. If I end up destroying this one, then I will get two. Let's hope this goes better on this one though. Carburetor is very cold. Hands are cold. My toes are cold. I like to put those on upside down. I'm not sure I understand that. Kind of weird little secret. Like a secret handshake. If you have your tags on right side up, everyone's like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Ooh, she popped right off. Ooh, nothing left of that accelerator pump. I think that's what ethanol does to them. I got to start going to the 100% or 0% ethanol gas, I guess, when I put gas in these cars. Bummer, I can't afford that. Plus, I live in Nebraska where there's all this corn and they're making all this ethanol. Although the people out here in Nebraska don't use it. They don't like it because they know it gums everything up. This one actually seems quite a bit cleaner inside. This is the problem right here. Boy, is this all looking familiar. Might do a quit while I'm ahead kind of thing tonight. Go make myself some dinner, get warmed up, get a good night's sleep. And tomorrow's supposed to be, well, about the same, but not any colder. So, but what I did before, even though I said I was going to quit while I was ahead, I'm going to try to see if I can make it budge at all. I'm going to let it soak. All right, we'll see you guys early tomorrow morning. Nice thing about Corvair is you get 2 chances to screw things up. I don't know what happened on that last one. Sometimes you have a brain fart, and sometimes your brain is just completely constipated for several days. Best to go do something else, come back to it, is what I learned. Get some prunes in your brain so you can start thinking again. Oh shit, that's not a good sound. What people have good tricks to do in these, getting these butterflies out. This is how I do it. I have these special throttle plate pliers. I don't know. So I would say that one a lot better than, nope. Better. I did scratch it up a bit there though. I was hoping I wouldn't do that. I guess I slipped. Dang it. I might just go ahead and order 2 of these and two throttle shafts. It cost me about $40 for all that, and then I'll have to worry about it. Now what do? I think I will do the same thing. I'm going to try to, this time I'm going to leave this on and I'm going to just press it with that bolt and just put a little bit on it and just try to kind of push it through a little teeny bit to see if I can break it. I'm not sure how I'm going to know where to put it back to though. This is the other one. You can see, I guess that's what's causing all the friction in there, I guess. Poor thing. I'd love to try to find one with these on them and the plate as a package, so I don't have to buy them separately, but I thought I saw one somewhere, but I didn't. I went back and it was for a quadrijet, so not gonna work. Not gonna work. Wonder if I was to put it in an ultrasonic cleaner, if it would help at all. It's just gonna come back at me. Well, that went through. Nice. Tell you what, when it's cold out, one way to make your hands really, really cold is to spray carb cleaner on them. Also helps you find any cuts. If you have any cuts on your hands, it helps locate them. I'm going to get an ultrasonic cleaner because I have yet to buy a car that didn't need the carburetor rebuilt. I think you need to take this little plug out here and then you can clean it through. Kind of hope I don't have to do that. The rest of the accelerator pump is just kind of down in there. It's just goo. Yeah, that's the accelerator pump, man. I guess they say that's what ethanol does to your carburetor. I don't know. That's just horrible. Same thing right here. There's a little plug. So you can clean out the bottom of the accelerator pump. I did get all that rubber out of there. Well, now there's one little piece left. Man, just cannot get it all. Wish this throttle shaft was freed up. It's just so locked up, man. Guess you just need a drift pin and go push this guy through. Huh. Boy. Boy, oh boy. Dang it. I recommend doing this while the carburetor's still on the car. Oh, damn it. Boy, this is not an easy rebuild here. So that looks like your needle and seat right here. I don't know where that other needle came from. Man, nothing's easy on this fucking thing. So in order to get the new gasket on, I have to pull the float assembly off. And in order to do that, I have to push this pin through. I don't really have a good drift pin, but I've just got this poker and I'm going to use it. It shouldn't take a lot of force. Oops, see, kind of not what I wanted to happen, but well, I think I need to replace this anyways, so I think that's kind of the extent of the teardown. So I'm going to scrape this gasket off, which is not going to be easy. And then my main challenge is going to be trying to get the throttle shaft to spin freely. And then after that, reassembly. Where's my little brush? Damn, I lost my little brush. Wish I had a better camera. I was out here the other night and there was a full lunar eclipse and I got to watch it. I barely found out about it. I almost walked out of the camper and discovered it on my own. I thought that would have been really fun. But that didn't happen. It's looking pretty good. Not ultrasonic, I guess, level, but it's pretty good. Nice and shiny. So, alrighty, well, I think that's going to help me sleep better tonight, knowing that I got it this far. And then tomorrow, I won't sleep good tomorrow night because I'm going to have to figure out how to get this guy to move. Got a new gasket for this too. Woo! 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 That's looking good. I think my hands are going to be a little dry tomorrow. Wonder how they did that. Investment casted. Pretty amazing. Wonder why they did it that direction. I bet there's a reason. It looks like I'm actually... I think I have now twisted the shaft. See how these holes aren't lining up anymore? So I actually twisted the shaft in there. Oh, you know, I think I might have broke it. Looks like I might have broke it. So, shoot. Yeah, something's wrong right there. That's what that pop was earlier, probably. There's a chance I could pull this one out and reuse this one. I'm going to go order 2 new shafts right now. I just bent that. Obviously, that's not going to work. Too much torque on it. Fail number 2, technically. But I'm not sure what, at this point, I would have done differently. I did hear it. I think I heard it break a while back. I was like, what was that noise? Didn't sound good. So my fear now is I'm not going to be able to push it out because it's broken. Since it is broken and twisted, I think I might try to just cut it. I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. But I got to get it out of there. I don't know what I would have done differently. I guess I would have, I don't know. I had to turn it to get that disc out. And I think it broke doing that. So it's probably why that disc came out so easy. For now, I'm going to use, I've got this carburetor that's newish. And then I just got this, it's a ball and ball. I'll just set them on there and just see if I can get the engine to turn over and kind of at least pretend like it's going to run. I'm not looking for dialing it in or anything, but if I could just get it to start and run, that'd be pretty cool. So it's time to go make some dinner. Shiny side in. So I told a friend of mine that I'd like to come out here and have fires, and he said, "Oh, do you bake a potato in there?" And I was like, "No, but I should." Okay, there's dinner. I'm gonna leave it in there for about an hour, and then I should have a nice soft potato for dinner. So I ordered the new throttle shaft, throttle rod, throttle shaft, and plate from, actually ordered it from California Corvairs because they had, I couldn't find the plates on Clark's Corvairs and I couldn't find it on Mike's Carburetors. I thought I had seen them on there, but California Corvairs had plates and they had the shafts. And then I ended up getting a couple little insulators for the, between the manifold and the carburetor as well, and also the new filters, which Probably don't need, but I mean, as gummed up as everything was, I thought, what the heck, they're like $2 each. So, and so now I want to try to kind of loosely mount these two carburetors and see if I can make it run. You know what? I gotta quit while I'm ahead here. Man, if I twist that bolt off in there and then I gotta drill it out and all that, it's not worth it, is it? It's just not worth it. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead, and I'm just gonna have to wait until I come back out with those carburetor rebuild with the new throttle shaft and butterflies, and then I'll get the carburetors rebuilt and put them back on here, and I'm just gonna leave those studs in there. So this is kind of ridiculous, but I just really want to hear it run. So I'm just gonna set these. I'm just going to set them on there and see if there's any way that this thing would run for me. Okay, so I need to get that nut out of this alternator. I have not done a good job on this so far. So I'm going to take this nut, this bolt, and then there's one more, I think, which is, I already got the belt off. You can just kind of work the belt off. I don't think there's no tension or anything. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I looked inside of here and I just cannot see where that thing went. Oh, hot potato, hot potato. So it's a little charred on the outside and a little undercooked. I only left it on there for 50 minutes, not even 50, more like 40, 45 minutes. And he told me to do it for an hour and I didn't listen. And this was a big fat potato. Next time I'll get a smaller potato and potentially leave it on for longer. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. Struggling on the easy stuff. I don't think that nut's in there. So where did it go? It must have fallen like all the way down. It was the nut that came off of here. Okay. Didn't seem like it was in there, but I gave it a shake and I heard something in there and it came out. Thank goodness. Not gonna work, is it? Let's see what happens. Huh. I got voltage. Battery's fine. That's why. Got my fire extinguisher. So I made a little cocktail, some gas, and a little 2-cycle oil. This can't go well, can it? I like the way that sounded. All right, I'm done. I think she's gonna run. I'm gonna get back out here as soon as I can. I'm gonna wait for those parts to come in for those carburetors and put them back together. And I think by doing that, I think she's gonna run. We'll see. See you guys.